the brown.
Yo, so the last couple of days we've been talking about your box. For anybody who's new, your box is basically the life that you live, the geographical location that you are in, the mindset that you are in, the people that connect you to this box. So your current reality is basically your box. For the last couple of videos, we've been using the brother that went to a big city, is working at a financial firm because his parents want him to be in the financial sector. However, he's not happy because he wants to be a painter, an artist. His job pays for his full box. He then continues to go to the job because it helps his parent feel proud of him. That seeds a void that he may have, but that's on a deeper subject, which then create the current reality of his life that he is not happy with. He then finds out that he doesn't want to be in this box because he's now shattered understanding of his current reality, now gone to Australia, picked up all the information he needs to know about painting from Australia, and is now living a life that he wants to lead. However, he's suspended in the air and is now being attracted by all of these different energies to being pulled back into a specific realm of life that he may not desire, so he needs to figure out how to love himself. The point of me using that as core foundation of this message is because I want you to recognize that you are the painter, you are the artist, you are the person who wants to lead a life that you find and desire worth living for, that is not set in a box or a limitation by people that you don't desire to be like or don't desire to lead the life that they live. And that may be hard because the very people that you're denying are the people who raised you and gave you the foundation to move upwards in life and gave you the stability. And so you need to learn how to cut the umbilical cord, like we said in the last video, getting rid of the nutrients, getting rid of the advice, getting rid of all of the knowledge from someone else's life because that's the box that they live in. They don't need to continue to feed you things that you don't necessarily need anymore because now you are self-sufficient as an adult. And as a man, you have to know when to cut those umbilical cords and when to lean on your own life force to produce a life that you want to lead. So today's video goes a little deeper now. Those energies when you are suspended are coming from many different areas, many different places, many different people. And what you also need to understand is that people carry energy. That's the foundation is understanding that you are human within a magnetic world. The world has a magnetic force around it. It has a life force to it. You are a part of that life force, and you also yourself, because you are a living autonomous organism, you have your own life force. You need to understand and feel your life force. Once you get to a place of self-love, you are going to have a high energy, a very high energy that many can't even perceive because they don't love themselves enough to understand and or create that energy for themselves. So as you walk into the world and you do all the things that we discussed, which is going out, you're exploring the world, you're doing new things, you're meeting new people, you're trying new food, you're trying new experiences, you're doing new hobbies. All of these things will increase your life force because now you are choosing and you are satisfied with the choices that you make, and the ones that feel good, you feed more. Even just on the basis of your standard of how you want to live your life, you now understand it to the life that you want to lead, and now you can continue to feed that until your cup is full, and sometimes your cup is running over with energy. Sometimes you radiate so much energy that you just being in someone else's presence brings them up. And we kind of alluded to this in 2 videos ago where it says, because you're in the box that you used to sit in, you are connected to a human being whose reality has a portion of you in it and cannot exist without you. So then you can understand why people are always trying to hold you back, because if you ascend, they crumble. Different topic. We'll get to that another day. When you are emitting a self-love, a self-worth, that is a powerful love energy that basically is the most powerful energy on the planet. You'll start to attract any and everything. Now, when it comes to any and everything, does that mean that any and everything will stick and stay around you? No. Some things and people are literally just going to come to you to grab your energy and run off with it. People's energy and life forces are so low that when they see you, they will come to you, whether they know it or not, consciously or unconsciously, will be attracted to you and then deplete you of your energy and run off and be fine because they got their high. It's a high. It's almost like a dopamine rush when somebody with good energy comes around. You can recognize when you yourself do it, because there are days where your energy force will go down and you will look for ways to improve it if you're not doing it yourself. And sometimes you'll do it unconsciously. Story time. Here's a time where I recognize I was the energy vampire, right? Because there's no way that you're never going to be an energy vampire. It comes, it happens. But you have to acknowledge it. And when you acknowledge it, shut it down, because you're basically saving the other person the detriment of losing their high energy. I went to the gym. The gym is one of the easiest places to transfer energy. It's either you're on a high energy high or you're on a low energy. You can see the people who are buzzing and you can see the people who are ready to leave. And that's probably the easiest way to transfer energy, is being around people nonstop like you are in the gym for a long periods of time. So I go into the gym and I see a guy, and my life force is currently a little low. I feel my energy at a low spot, and you'll feel fatigued, you'll feel tired, you'll have mental fog, your bones and your joints and muscles will feel like they're heavy. You don't really want to do too much, and this is why people leave the gym early and say, oh, I don't want to do this. Here's how I knew, not only because I felt that way, but because someone that I hadn't seen in a while came over to me buzzing. I haven't seen him in years. I want you to deep this. He daps me up and brings it in like it's a full dap, like it's a full embrace. That full embrace already will give your energy away. Your energy forces around you, so when you go and step into people who have little, you're transferring it onto them. So you have to be careful when you touch people. And I have another story later down the road for this video. He daps me up, and I literally immediately almost feel like a battery got put in, like a battery pack got attached to me, because I was just like, oh shit, like, wow, didn't see you in a long time, you're buzzing, you just gave me a lot of energy just by getting me hyped like that, and by extension you're just taking energy from them, right? And I felt, at first I didn't know what the fuck it was. I was like, yeah, what? Whoa, what just happened there? And it's happening in your brain, but you're still having conversation. And he's telling me about his life, and he's on an uppity up path, and we're pretty close. And he's just like going on and on and on. And I'm just like, I'm taking it, I'm listening. Yep, go ahead. But you're here taking that information, and it's reviving me because you're so close to me. And you're giving me all of your energy, and it's not like we sat there for 5 minutes. No, we sat there for like 25 minutes, bro. Talking. By the end, and I'm just gonna fast forward, after we had that conversation, we dapped up again, had one more embrace, and then he went to go finish his workout, and I finished mine. When I tell you, I felt like I was on a high, like somebody had just given me a fucking energy drink. It made no sense to me at first. And then I realized, as soon as I realized, when he walked away, I said, fuck. What happened is that his boatload of energy came to my low cup of energy, and he just dumped all of this positive energy on my life without even realizing it. When I knew it was a problem was when he later, within maybe 30 minutes of coming into the gym, he left. He had told me like, yo, I'm gonna see you next time. Just not feeling it today. And walked out. You have to be careful, especially when you yourself know you're in a low energy state. Avoid people, avoid touching people, avoid being around people that have this high energy state. And unless we need to speak, or you have to have some sort of conversation, try to stay away and figure out how to generate your own energy. And sometimes that just means you need to rest, eat, and meditate. Sometimes that's all you need. Because what you're going to do is you're going to drain people without understanding or knowing how you drain them. But when you are conscious of the fact that you have a low energy state, you can then sit in your own space and say, fuck, my energy is low. Before I go interact with humans, I need to heighten my levels. You have to. That's why it's good to meditate. Before I go to the gym, I meditate. Before I also go to the gym, I eat, I hydrate, I make sure my body is within a good stable setting, right? Usually I read before, so I'm getting a download. And then what I do is plant and I ground myself to the earth. Also deep this. If the earth is a magnetic field and you live within that field, why wouldn't you want to connect yourself to it? Sometimes all you need to do is connect yourself. If you see Teslas and electric cars, they have to be plugged in to recharge. So you as an electric force, knowing that you have that inside of you, you go to the earth, ground your feet, because more times than not, every single day, you're wearing socks and shoes. Socks and shoes do not plant you to the magnetic field of the earth, made out of rubber, your shoes usually. Intentionally go find a piece of good land, which is just a grass field, maybe near a tree, and ground yourself. And this doesn't mean you need to try to charge up and be some superhero, but it kind of does. You are literally grounding yourself to a magnetic field, and then you are releasing and accepting energy from both poles of your body. Crown, base of your feet. As your magnetic fields are charging, you're understanding, you're accepting a download, so to say, because what you're doing is downloading more energy into your body just by being connected to a magnetic force, which is the earth. And then you can go out and you can go live your life. You sit on Instagram, go to your fucking screen time right now. Go to your screen time. Your screen time more than likely says plus 4 hours, right? So you're telling me for 10, 20 minutes out of your day, you can't step outside and ground your fucking feet to make sure that you're ready to go execute on all the things that you said you wanted to do. And then you complain about why success isn't reaching you, or you're not getting your goals done, or not getting your tasks done for the day. That's why. Your energy levels are low and you're scrolling on your fucking phone nonstop. Breeds a cycle of low energy. Get out of it. Go ground your fucking feet in the ground. Go meditate. And meditate is just, if you don't know how to meditate, bro, just practice breathing. Inhale for 4 seconds, exhale for 4 seconds. Do that over until it comes like second nature. When you realize, oh shit, after a while, your body will literally feel charged, given that you're eating and you're hydrating yourself and then going to go ground yourself and go into the world and execute. That literally takes no time out of your day. As soon as you wake up, go outside. That's all. And if you can't go outside, find a place to be outside. Like, that's it. Go outside and go ground yourself and go regulate your energy systems. And when you feel in this low state, be very careful as to connect with people that are on high states, because you don't know what that does to them, right? You have no clue. And you might end up just like how I told you. I touched the dude. We talked for like 20 minutes. He touched me again. He embraced me. I took all of the positive energy and had a great workout. He then left after 30 minutes. You have to be careful because he came in buzzing. And you can identify people that are buzzing. Just look around. Grocery store, gym, doesn't matter where you at. Just look, you'll see. Just at people like this, if you have to. Otherwise, ask people not to touch you. There's nothing wrong with standing on your ground and saying, yo, don't do that. When we are communicating, we're animals. We want to be around a community. We want to be embraced. And so when you're having communication with people, recognize that what the tendencies you do. You may touch them like this. Like if I was having a conversation with you, I might touch you, your chest. I might hit you like this, hit you in your arm. There are certain things that people do without even realizing that they're draining someone's energy simply because they're touching them. Be careful as how you have people touch you. Even on the flip side, another story time, I'm at the gym maybe weeks later and I'm working out, right? Working out. I'm on cloud 9. I'm feeling it. He had to be like 70 to 80 years old, right? He walks over. He asked me how many sets I have left. I said I have 5 sets left. He asked, can he join? However, I'm already privy to these vampires, these people that come in and suck your energy away, your life force, right? I know what it looks like. He comes over and immediately I knew I was talking to somebody who had 0 energy and would drain me. I knew it. And the easiest way the answer I should have just gave him was no. But because I was on the latter parts of my workout, I said maybe he'll be quick and I can just be done, right? And where I fucked up is where he said, young man. It wasn't a tap. It wasn't a thing. It was he came in front of me like this. I looked him in his eyes. His eyes were low as fucking energy. There was none. You can see people's life force if you look them in their eyes. Their eyes will tell them all. Tell you exactly what they have and what they don't have. Right? And so he's low on energy and he says, young man, grabs my forearm, bro. Places his hand like this. Immediately when he did that, I knew it was over for me. I knew it was done. Over. And then proceeds to work out because I told him yes. And then 2 minutes later, I'm ready to go home. And so you know when you're in contact with a energy vampire simply because your energy will be depleted when they leave. Once they've hooked onto you and taken your energy, they're gone and they're going about their day and you're going to feel depleted. That doesn't only just matter with physical touch. You realize someone calls you and just talks about problems. You realize people call you and only surround you with negative energy vampires, because they're involving you not only in an energy cycle that's taking from you, but they're also wasting your time. So at both fronts, you're being drained of energy. You have to be very mindful. There are tricks and ways that people get under your skin to drain your energy without you even realizing it, simply because they'll bring up certain topics, they'll bring up certain places, people, things that already are energy draining things. Like politics, if someone engages with you in politics and they're on the opposing side, you need to be done. And sometimes, even if they're on the same side, it might just be going around and around over bullshit. You need to just be done. Politics and religion, stay as far away from those as possible when it comes to people in general. There's no need. Those are two things that there is no need for us to go down. You live your life, I live my life. Where we sit on the pole does not matter, because we're going to engage in conversation that isn't productive or advantageous to us going forward or moving forward in any certain sector. Remove that from you. As you ascend into a self-love state and you start to know what is good for you, and you know where you're going, and you know how you want to get there, you are going to inevitably end up being in conversation with energy vampires. And first, before you even look for them, make sure you're not one of them. Make sure, bro. Think. Take time to assess your body. How am I feeling today? You know how many people don't do that? People just don't. And it's not because we can't. It's that we just don't. So you have to take the time out to assess your body. As soon as you wake up, are you fully fueled, right? It's not just, oh, did I get 8 hours? Because you could have got 8 hours and didn't rest correctly. That don't matter. When you get up, do I feel rested? Okay, cool. I feel rested. Great. Go brush your teeth, do what you gotta do. Hydrate your body. Go hydrate. Water. Start your morning with water. That's what I would do. Your body is literally water. 70, what do they say? 70+% of your body is water. So therefore, don't you think that you should continue to replenish what's coming out of you? So go drink some water when you first start your morning, and then go out and proceed. Go have a nice light morning, or eat something to get your body going. Not too heavy to tire you out before you start your day, but eat something light and refreshing to get your body going. And then go ground yourself. That in itself should just be a routine that you practice. Ground yourself, clear your mind, be ready, level-headed, ready to start the day. Stretch, meditate, read, and then now you are ready to start the day and go about, because now you've recharged on all levels, and now anybody who comes around you can either add to your cup, and if the ones that you identify as draining you, then you just get away from them as soon as possible. And then it's like, what do I do if I can't get out of the way of like work, because the people at work are very negative and draining? You then have to put on a front. You have to be able to subtract yourself, remove yourself from your activity, but still operate. So you can be short answered. That's fine. You're not gonna get fired because you don't want to engage in politics. Let's be real. You're not going to get fired because you don't want to engage in sports or talk about. You may be perceived as a different style of human, but there are things that you can engage in that don't require you to activate a negative energy cycle that you will drain your energy. Have people focus on themselves. Ask them a question about themselves and they'll talk forever. Allow people to be themselves. Don't let them touch you. Assess yourself before you go out in the world and make sure that you are okay, that your levels are good to go. Once you realize that you are not in a space of level head or energy fields that are high, do not go out and try to seek to talk to people or exchange energy with people, because then you are the vampire. And then it just makes it worse because you're conscious of it. Understand those things, and as you ascend into your self-love journey, you are going to emit an energy that everyone wants a piece of. So it's better to charge yourself and be around other people who understand how to, that are in a self-love journey, that are in a self-love abundance to have in your circle. And if you have people in your circle that are not on a high radiating energy and are not in that self-love space, then you need to either get out of that circle quickly. Don't get emotional, just get out. It's your life force, bro. It's the thing that makes you want to get up. Come on now, let's be real. These are things that make people want to get up and go be active and go do shit. So don't take your life force for granted and don't allow people to drain it from you. So just get up out of there with no emotion and go find your tribe, and you'll attract them because you'll see them. You'll have great conversation, and more times than not, when you're having conversation with high energy people and you are also high energy, the two of you create a positive cycle that then go upwards. Y'all start to cause momentum within the space, because I promise you, like that gym story about when I met my buddy from when I didn't see him for a while. Bro, if I was on a high up and up energy and we had dabbed and did everything and 100% he probably would have stayed. But because my energy was so low and waning, his overindulgence in telling me about his energy, it then just fueled me and depleted him. Because as I spoke, it was low energy things and he just received the back end, the short end of the stick. But when you're in a space of high energy and everyone's on high energy, y'all become a force field almost. It's just, y'all replenish yourselves. It works for itself. See where you can improve your energy. See where your routine can be improved by grounding, by meditation, by reading, and then operate in a way that only fuels your self-love. And when people don't love themselves and you recognize it, cut the tie with no emotion. Boy, Mr. Brown.